I'm going to keep this video really short. Today's guitar of choice for me, my guitar, that's called the Les Paul Platinum. That was before they added the markers. So this was one of the original ones that people didn't like because they couldn't see where their fingers were going. Probably needs strings, but we're going to use it today. Now I'm going to go back to Sam Ash. Special shout out to Tony and Chris for letting me do that in their store. There's not a lot of talking in the video. And it's Sam Ash Margate, ask for Chris or Tony, get 10% off. Call them, they'll work with you. That gear was right off the floor. The guitar was something that was brought back because somebody didn't like it. I played it, the guitar is fine. There's no dead spots and plays like a killing machine. And I don't see those tops anymore because now they got like a pinkish red sunburst. That's an older one. It's a traditional. Beautiful guitar. That's what my Blueberry Burst is that you heard in the other video. It's a traditional. To me, those are the better of the Les Pauls. I collect Les Pauls that are rare. So like, this one, the Blueberry Burst, they did a certain amount of runs. I have the Shred and stuff. I do like those. So again, what you get is what you would buy right off the floor. It's a great sounding amp. It's great for gigging. It's a small head, 1 watt, loud enough. You mic it, throw some effects in there. It's 2-channel. You get the classic gain, which is clean in that, and you put a boost pedal in there. You can even do it in a looper or an EQ, boost your leads and everything. But when I was talking to the guys in there, I'm going to show you something that we were talking about, and it has to do with the pentatonic scale. So this is basic. This is the most basic learning that you can get to with the pentatonic scale. So like wherever you put your pinky on the pentatonic starting out, that's an A. So where my pinky is, my second finger would go. Now I showed you a G major scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Where that pinky goes on the pentatonic, that is your relative major to that minor chord. So in here, to show you the G, here's the G up here. There's the pentatonic, right on that G note. Basic as basic can get. Now, like in this A minor, it's C major. No sharps or flat. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's that simple. Now you take it a step further and you got these notes in the pentatonic. Chords. Now you invert them. Inverted chords. They're all the notes in the pentatonic. Easy. So here's another tip. If you can't break it up monotony-wise with the scale, you don't know what to do, start breaking it up with your rhythm. Break it up. Break it up with your rhythm hand. break up the soloing. Simple techniques. Throw chords in there. There's all kinds of techniques that go in there. But that leads me back to what I was saying. Learn those scales. Those pentatonic scales are the key. The key to the major scale, and all those notes in there. You can build chords off of those notes in that scale. There's no reason not to play basic chords. AC/DC did it. E. 1-4-5 in the key of G. 1-4-5 in the key of E. You know, and really, it's not even a 1-4-5. If you think about it, you just take the pentatonic. A, E, A, D, E. Same thing. It's all out of the pentatonic. So right here, you're playing out of E pentatonic. So there's the note. So you got a G. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, the choice of notes that he picked out. Who knew that he was going to pick that? I mean, those are kind of freakish things that happen. But, you know, he was probably noodling. He probably was noodling and came up with that. You know, those are the things. Zeppelin. Test the time songs. Back to the G from the A pentatonic. A, C, D, and the root note. I was telling you, Lynch likes the flat. Easy peasy. Now my question is, how come these newer bands, and I love a lot of these newer bands, but you know what? Where's your hook? You ain't writing stuff like that out of the basic pentatonic. You're playing chords. And then drop tuning. Where's the hook? There is none. Start writing hooks. Hook. That's one of mine in drop. Write a hook in there. So people go. It's tapping your feet. Stop that chord stuff. Write some hooky songs. We're losing the rock and roll fight because you young guys don't want to put the time and effort into learning your scale so you can write hooks like that. Dude, show me a hook like that. Any guitar player in a band that's been playing a while and doesn't think that's any good, show me what you got. because obviously it's not on the radio and I don't hear it. And those are the kind of hooks that people want to hear that stomp their feet. It's got a hook in it. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with that. Write a hook. That's why rock and roll is dying. People aren't putting the time and they're not being taught properly. You know, you guys get brainwashed by this YouTube crap. And I'm not trying to sell you a book. I'm showing you this stuff for free. And again, like and subscribe. My goal is to change the way people are thinking about playing guitar. And I think this is a great path because this is how I learned. And like I said, I made a lot of money doing it. And that stuff is still on the radio today. We won't talk about it because I don't want to get sued by them saying, oh, you mentioned a name, now we got to get a piece of whatever you make. No. If you text me or you ask me in private, I'll tell you the bands. And 3 of them are major bands. 1 I wrote all the music for. The other 2 I played in as a sub for a long time. And those bands were on the radio, and they were a little more rock. I'll tell you what, 2 of the bands were rock. Well, 3 of the bands were rock. 1 I got signed and I wrote all the music for. I was 17. The other one is 2 bands that I was hired to sub in for because the guitar player made more money booking bands. The dance band, which we won't say the name of, I wrote all the music for. And people go, you played in a dance band? Yeah, I had long hair and I played in a dance band. And guess what? Cha-ching! So while all my friends were shredding like Paul, I was going to the bank and putting it in the bank. But that's the thing. You got to pick and choose. You want to make a career out of this? Or do you just want to have fun? You want to have fun, learn to shred, and do everything. And you can learn to shred to help your technique. There's nothing wrong with that. I was a shred guitar player playing dance music, you know? I was playing that kind of stuff. And it was a popular band, you know? You're looking at 50 million CDs, I think, something we sold. I sold the Beatles or whatever. But those are the things you got to do. And this is a quick lesson going back to the basics of that. And those are the things that you actually want to kind of follow up. And like I said, like and subscribe, please, and hit the bell notifications. And then, again, shout out to the guys at Sam Ash. Call Chris and Tony. Sam Ash Margate if you saw anything that you want in there or you've seen or you have questions. They got a great guitar tech in there that can set your guitars up. He's really good. And Steve Weiss, he's a master at electronics. If you need amps fixed or anything, he can get the schematics. And in his own right, I used to watch him when I was a kid. He had the most incredible guitar sound. He used to use those Seymour Duncan converter amps and stuff. I used to sneak into bars because my dad was a cop, and my dad would get me into these bars so I could watch these bands. And he was in one of these bands that just had unbelievable. He was playing the Def Leppard sound before anybody I ever heard had that real affected, chorused out 100 effects, and he knew how to work it. Steve Weiss is a phenomenal guitar player, you know. Shout out to him too. You need something done? Call them up and see what you can do. Even if you got to get something shipped that a guitar company or an amp company can't fix, he'll get it fixed. He's authorized by everybody to fix stuff, and you won't get disappointed. And again, the Ash family's always been good to me. And tell me what you want to see or hear. If there's something you want me to demo in the Sam Ash store, a Helix, you want me to try to get a good sound out of Helix, I've had them all. I've had Helix, I've had Head Rush, I had Amplifier 12, I had Kemper Stage, and I went back to the Axe effects. For me, they are one of the better systems because of the effects that are built into their pedal boards. And I like the AX8 because it has knobs on it that I can control, like the amplifier. And then I have like the, 8 buttons for patches or scenes. And then I got the up and downs and stuff. I have 2 of them, and I don't go nowhere without them. I love those things. And I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anybody anymore. I used to be by Digitech, and I used to use the 1101, back in the day and stuff. And Hughes and Kentner was another one. I used to play the Core Blade amps, but back then, Kramer, Charvels, and Marshalls were the thing, and I had to deal with Meso Boogie back in the day, and I was using Digitech, but everything was tracked anyway, except the guitar solos, and then I play, the dance stuff. Dance solos. I didn't play nothing back then that was any good. Sometimes I didn't even do a solo. So that's how the music was. But again, going back to everything, please like and subscribe. My goal is to teach everybody how to play guitar very, very easy. Very easy. You don't need books. You don't need a bunch of theory lessons, but you do need to learn theory. And I'm showing you basic theory. And with what I just showed you in this with the chords and the pentatonic, you can write a hit song. AC/DC. Whoop. Let's tune it back up though. Probably won't sound good to drop. Zeppelin. Those are all at an A minor pentatonic and B pentatonic. You don't need a lot of scale notes to write hit songs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These guys trying to teach you all this theory and stuff, and even that, you still need to learn theory, but I'm showing you basic, easy theory that you can write great songs with. Hit songs. Hits. And it's easy to understand because I'm not just showing you a pentatonic. I'm explaining to you in that pentatonic are scale degrees with values. And the values on those notes are that you can build chords off of them. Any of those chords. Anything in there. It's all pentatonic. Alright, so again, please like and subscribe. I want everybody to see this stuff because I'm tired of these people teaching stuff and they're not explaining why you should learn it. They don't even know. Why? They don't write hit songs. They don't. There's some guys on there like Tim Pierce and Rick Beato. They're great producers. Tim Pierce has played on a lot of stuff. They know what they're doing. But some of the guys like, that are on there, and I won't mention the names because I don't want to slam anybody, but they got no business teaching. And a lot of you guys follow them, and it's okay. I watch them too, but I laugh because I'm like, why? Why should anyone learn that? And again, even if you were playing the scales, use your voice and follow the pitches. Train your voice. Use your voice and follow the pitches. That way you can hear them. And it'll start ringing in your head as you're playing. Try to find it off the bat. Try to find the pitches, even in different octaves, so that you can match the chords. That way you can help your voice, so if you need to figure something out, you can hum it. No, 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 no. Just find it. I'm not a singer, but I've heard those notes a million times. This video is a little extra long, giving the shout outs and stuff. But again, learn your scales. Peace.